Well, hello, folks. I finished the Alberta debates here. Listened to them on the bus after work. Not good. Not good at all. Alberta has taken a mighty fall from grace. It's sad. It's depressing. I had a lot of messages. Some good thinkers out there that I've known for years, and it's really sad. I am not voting in this election. I'll probably never vote in another Alberta election unless there's someone of substance there. I had the great pleasure of voting for myself in 2019. But I'll tell you, the platform presented by Danielle Smith on affordability, there's nothing affordable about it. Folks, I'm in Alberta working very hard, and I'll tell you, 48% of my checks go to taxes. The highest they've ever been my entire life. There's no affordability in Alberta. You work harder for much less. You support the government like you've never supported it before. Now, Daniel Smith promises class structured taxation. Oh, yes, for the poorest Albertans, the working class will pay a hell of a lot more. Sure that they can afford a modest, terrible. In fact, those on AISH and those working minimum can't afford anything at all. Don't know why I'm getting hammered here. I'm on Wi-Fi. It's a good connection. It shouldn't be bad, but who knows? All I know is every other party claiming to be for independence or claiming autonomy all walked back all of their candidates. They went with the Liberal platform of Danielle Smith. Albertans talk a good game, but they certainly love their socialism or the concept of socialism. It's sad that Albertans believe so strongly in conservatism, so they say, but to me, it looks more like social conservatism, as they call it, not physical conservatism. And we're in a lot of trouble. That platform rolled out by one Danielle Smith might as well be the Justin Trudeau platform of Canada. And anyone disputing that isn't really looking at the physical reality of what Danielle Smith's spending looks like. Her war on drugs, her war on affordability is just more taxation on those who actually work for a living. I know, I've looked at the platform. There's nothing in it for me at all except for pay more, you filthy working sucker. Just like Justin Trudeau does. He does it federally. Now Danielle Smith's going to do it provincially. And Notley had no way to debate. I had people message me go, Notley's not answering any questions. She did answer them. She supports Danielle Smith 100%. Liberal NDP coalition. That's what Danielle Smith's campaigning on. A Liberal NDP coalition. We will make the left happy. All the other parties didn't run any candidates, not even remotely close to any kind of effective run. In fact, they're so sucky, from Paul Hinman through the rest of them, they're so sucky and underrepresented that they weren't even invited to the leadership debates. All of them participated. Alberta Party, Paul Hinman's Wild Rose Loyalty Party, they dropped all their candidates, 54 down to 18, so that Danielle Smith will get all her Liberal votes. Yeah, Liberal platform. There's nothing conservative, nothing remotely physically conservative. It's an embrace the crown platform. And what are we dealing with here, folks? Liberal, NDP, and Green. That's who a majority of Albertans, a whopping 85% of Albertans, can look forward to in this election. UCP, i.e. Liberal platform, or NDP Liberal NDP platform or a Green Party platform. That is what you get to vote for in 2023 for Alberta in 85% of the districts, constituencies in Alberta. 85% Liberal, NDP, or Green Party. And if you think that UCP is anything but liberal, maybe you should go look at their physical reality of the platform, what they're promising to spend, and compare it to Justin Trudeau. It looks a lot the same. I don't think anyone who's a true physically conservative person can say that that platform is anywhere near a conservative platform. You're running on the idea that what should have been $13 billion surplus that should be paying down the massive deficits and debt is not going to any of that at all. It's going into the spending machine. We've never had such high expenses in the province of Alberta ever in our history. Danielle Smith has successfully outspent Jason Kenney. Yeah, it's only because of the war in Ukraine and the demand of oil that we're doing anything. And folks, if you're hanging on to oil, I hate to disappoint you, we have the lowest priced oil in the world. We're only $6 a barrel over and above what we need to be just to make ends meet. We're only $6 a barrel above that at the expenses we're taking on. What does that mean? If prices don't go any lower in oil, we'll see a $3 billion surplus according to Danielle Smith's spending. It should have been a $13 billion surplus. We should be pushing $10 billion into debt servicing. Pay down the debt. We have a tremendous amount of debt for such a vastly small population, even at their claimed 4.6 million. And we're going to spend it on social programs, and they're talking about affordability. Folks, there's no affordability if you keep spending. What about wildfires? What about emergencies? What about the price of oil goes down? What about those BRICS nations, i.e. OPEC? What if they cut production, folks? Has anyone thought of that? Or they increase production? Has anyone thought of that? No. And who is shooting their mouth off about the OPEC's countries? Oh yeah, Alberta and our federal governments. What if they increase production massively? Don't say it won't happen or it can't happen, because it has happened. And when we look at the last 3 years, it most definitely has happened. We should be paying down the massive debt accumulated over all these years in Alberta, not double downing on spending. We shouldn't be spending twice as much as the people we took in Alberta. Services shouldn't be double the cost with half the population increase. Of course Rachel Notley didn't debate Danielle Smith. Of course all she targeted was trust. She loves the spending by Danielle Smith. It is a liberal platform. I don't know how any Albertan today can hold their head up high and say this is an election for conservatives. It's a liberal election. There's even tremendous liberal candidates holding the UCP banner this time around. You had a pile of conservatives quit. Real physical conservatives, the last remnants of them, quit. All we have left is liberals, Alberta Party liberals, NDP used-to-bes in the UCP. Spenders, wasters, no physical constraint. Alberta's in a lot of trouble. It's not a conservative province anymore. And I'm going to say it again. All of the ridings, 85% of them, is Liberal Platform UCP, New Democrat Coalition Liberal, or the Green Party? Does anyone else see Fix, Crown Colonial Fix, the monarchy's large and in charge? All the other parties canceled their named candidates and reduced their parties to 2 to 3. In fact, Wild Rose Loyalty Party, Paul Inman, he reduced his candidates from 54 to 13. How much was he paid? There is no physical conservatism left in Alberta. It is now the Liberal, NDP, Green safe haven of Canada. Canada's losing tremendously, folks. I hate to report this, but it's the truth. Watch the debates. Look how much money and platform Daniel Smith's going to spend. You're going to get Alison Redford on steroids. That's what you're all going to get for 4 years. And you better hope that OPEC doesn't massively increase production. You better hope. You better hope. That's my video. Share, because apparently Albertans don't know what conservative is anymore. They're selling the Liberal, Green, NDP coalition, the stink of the Green New Deal. The writing's on the wall. Read the platforms. Terrifying, scary. I don't know what's going to come of Alberta. All I know is I'm at the highest level of taxes ever in my life in Canada. We were all talking about it today on our first paychecks. It's my first real kick at Alberta, working my usual schedule, and I got my first check, and it's like, wow, the highest taxed I've ever been in my Alberta history, in Canadian history. Highest ever. Smells a lot like communism, but it's crown colonial pre-communism. It was what was before. It's always been. But we're getting worse and worse. That's my video. Share. Get it out there. A lot of folks aren't seeing the writing on the wall, and it's scary. Thank you. Bye now.